Hey everyone, this is Thekas. Yeah, today I've got something very special for you. I am a few weeks late. I think I received that about 2 weeks ago, but I still wanted to show you show you the system and what I actually backed here. So this is something I backed on Kickstarter. That's the Deadlands, the Weird West boxed set. I actually supported the Gunslinger tier, which gives you the box set with the Bennies and the map and the GM screen and everything. Um, so some of you might wonder why Deadlands? Why is it anything new? Because Deadlands already exists, has existed for a while, and that's true. So Deadlands is a combination of zombies or undead and the Wild West, which is a really cool combination. And but the old Deadlands was for the old system. For a few years now, the Savage Worlds Adventure Edition has been released, and for that, the Deadlands was never updated, so to speak. So yeah, let's take a look at that. Um, I already took a peek inside, but we can take a look at all of this together. Let me see where I can put this. Let's put it over here. All right, so let's see what we got. Um, so we got some kind of map here. I suggest we look at that at the end. And you see there are a lot of goodies here. Let me put that into frame. So first of all, we have the adventure deck here. I think it's pretty small. Yeah, right. It's quite small. So right, there are some of the things you can do there. The gear cards, which is pretty cool because it also has some kind of that electronic vibe to it, like this mechanical electronic vibe to it. So we have a mechanical mule, electrostatic belts. So it's a really cool system. We also have the power cards, which I still need to open. So let's do that carefully, like this. Should be fine. So these are the power cards because, well, we do have some powers in here. So what do we have? Object reading, barrier, wilderness walk, trinkets. I mean, that's pretty cool. So these power cards, what you can do as a GM, you can hand those out to the players, or you can have them as your own reference. Of course, you don't really need them that much because we do have the core rulebook and everything should be in there. But it's pretty cool because you see the range for Savage Worlds. Let me put it a little bit closer. Range, the duration, and the PowerPoint. So that's pretty cool. Okay, so what else do we got? Okay, we do have some characters here. So let's open that up too. There we go. Come on. All right, so what do we have? The agent here, and we see the attributes, the skills, and also hindrances, edges, gear. So pretty much everything you need for these characters. Now, I'm not sure, are these player characters or non-player characters? Well, they say rank seasoned, so these must be NPCs. Must be NPCs. So, as you see, I'm not familiar with Deadlands myself. But I always wanted to try it, and since I only play Savage Worlds Adventure Edition, yeah, this was really welcome to actually get the newest system. All right, so what else do we got here? Magic, Malevolence, Mayhem. I'm not quite sure what that is actually. It looks really cool. This is something we would have to take a look at later. So, and what else do we? And now, of course, we got the core contents. So this is the setting book for Deadlands. Um, as usual, really well made. One thing that's really cool is that it's the same format like the core rulebook, and I actually like the format quite a lot. So if you are used to Dungeons and Dragons, for example, or even worse, Shadowrun, with the with the biggest book ever, um, they are good. I like the systems, I like the books and everything. It's very well done, but I like just that Savage Worlds is much more compact. I like that a lot. So that one is very compact too. And if you look in here, I mean, it's great quality and it's pretty much the Savage World what you're used to in regards to the Savage Worlds layout. Everything is just a little, everything more brownish, reddish, like this Wild West one. Great illustration, so you have pretty much everything in here you need. I actually spoke with the makers of that of the book beforehand, and there actually is not a player guide. So you only have the GM guide, and you send that to the players so they know a whole lot too. What I often do is I take the PDF and cut out only what the players actually need to play because I don't want them to be spoiled too much. So you see everything in here. How do you let me pull that a little bit closer. So character creation, all the gear, what's the world like, what special rules do you have? Of course, you have things like stampedes, hang-in, duels, which you don't have in the core rules of Savage Worlds, and pretty much everything else you need to know about the counters, about the setting and everything. So that's pretty cool. Very nice quality. And definitely a lot to read here. So I can't wait to start that. Unfortunately, I don't have the time at the moment because I'm already having a Savage Worlds campaign I'm doing right now. So let me just pull that up here. Um, that's actually something I wrote myself, as you can see. That's my own. That's pretty much my own adventure. That's inspired by the Japanese Edo era, so that's what I'm playing with the group at the moment. And I think we will be done by mid-year, maybe July, August, at September at the latest, and then I will most likely either go back to Dungeons and Dragons. There are a few cool things I want to do, or I'll do Deadlands. All right, so what else do we have? This was a stretch goal, if I remember correctly. Showdown at Sundown, that's a short adventure you can play pretty much immediately, which is cool. You can do that as a one-off, but if it works well with the group, if the group likes the setting and you do too, you can probably just continue playing a larger campaign. And then we have the Weird West companion here. That's just another small book where you see things about the story and specific edges and other classes and everything. So it's just a little more content, even more content for the game, which is pretty cool. And then we have the GM screen. Let me see if I can pull it out of here. There we go. And that's the last big thing we got here. And that's really cool. The artwork is just great. Look at this. I mean, this looks really awesome. They did a great job on that. It's a very small GM screen, actually. It's really tiny if you compare it with other GM screens, but I actually like that. And one thing I don't like too much, as you can see here, is you got everything, you got all the information printed in here, which is good, but it's all black and white. I don't quite know why they didn't use the same colors and fonts of the book. I have no idea. All right. So what else do we got? Um, then we got some dice. So let me take those out. Um, yeah, they aren't too special. Okay, I'm being a bit loud at the moment. So see here. Yeah, so they're cool. They're a little bit speckled. There is like a red D6 of those. Of those of you familiar with Savage Worlds, you know that this is supposed to be the wild die. So yeah, they're solid, very solid dice. They have a good feel. They seem to be weighted okay, but I think around 15 or 20 dice set. So of course I wasn't as excited for those as other people maybe. This is pretty funny. This is a small gimmick. It's like a counter. So let me put my hand behind it. So like this, and you see you can how do you do it? Like this, and you can turn the dial here and count something up to 20. Can be pretty much everything. Most likely the best use would be to count your ammo or track your ammo like this. So for example, let's say you have a 6-shooter and then you take 2 shots and then you have 4 left. So it's just a gimmick. It's something you can give your players so they just can play around with that. Of course, right now during COVID, this is a whole different story. And one of the last things we will look at are the Bennies. So Bennies are special counters in Savage Worlds players can use to re-roll specific rolls they failed. And I have the regular Savage Worlds Bennies, but these are pretty cool because they have the Deadlands logo, and on the other side they have some of the classes here. So they have a Gunslinger here. If it would focus, come on, there we go. Gunslinger here, and what else do we got? Let me see. Here, like this guy throwing the cards at his enemies' faces. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. I like those. They have a really nice weight. They're pretty like light poker chips. They're not as heavy as the poker chips with the metal core, you know, but which is not bad. It's good that they're a little bit lighter because you want the players to actually use them. So, and the last thing we will take a look at, let me just organize everything here, is the map. So this is going to be too big to actually fit it on camera, but we can take a look at a few things here. So it's pretty cool. So you have a map of the entire West. Is it going to be the entire USA or just the West? Yeah, it's pretty much just the West. So you see, yeah, it's like the Midwest, the center and west, right? So, but it looks pretty cool. This is pretty cool for orientation. You can just put it in the middle of the table or put it to the side. Maybe you can actually pin it. Maybe pin it to a board or something if you have a larger room, and then people can always the players always know where they are approximately. Of course, you would still need maps for the towns themselves, but that's pretty cool actually. And actually, there are, as far as I know, there are a few maps. You can't have them in physical form, but digitally they actually made a few maps for you, I think. So yeah, so that would be pretty much the entire Deadlands set. I think it's the second highest tier I backed. There is more stuff you could have gotten, like other counters and more stuff, but that's pretty much everything more than enough for all your Game Master needs. All right. Um, I hope you found this interesting. Let me know in the comments if you find such videos interesting. I rather focus on board games, or that's at least my plan for this small channel. But I'm a tabletop RPG fan. Usually, I'm the game master. I play not as much as I actually lead the games. So if you like more content here, let me know.